When Padre Pio was asked about the world, when would it be over? He said, the world isn't half over yet. So I can assure the people they're Padre Pio's words. But he said that when Our Lady stated, in the end my Immaculate Heart will triumph, that it will not be the end of the world, that will be her victory over Satan. And after she defeats Satan, that there will be a new era of peace and prosperity and religious life that was never experienced in the world before. Well, I'll tell you about the Antichrist, okay? He didn't mention, I don't know anything about the Antichrist, but I know that one day there was a sighting in the Angelus out through the front window down to all the people at 12 o'clock one day. And Father Eusebio was alongside him up at the window. He thought the microphones were switched off. And this is what he said. I cannot even see the sun with all the devils that are between here and the sun that are roaming this earth. He said there are more devils. There are millions of devils roaming the earth at this moment, given permission by Satan, instructed by Satan, to try and bring other souls back to hell. He said, in his time now, he said the 20th century was the worst century in the whole of the world. And he said it was sin that was the cause of World War II. I'm of the opinion, I'm not alone, as it's nearer rather than further away. But I do believe that the great miracle of Garabandal will take place before that in Spain. Well, I was there 3 times, okay? And now, a priest beside me and myself, my spiritual director, we saw, but it could be illusion from the heat in the eyes, I can't vouch for it authentically, we saw the host in the sun, the sacred host. And we saw a blue light coming from the cross up in the mountain down onto the home where Our Lady was appearing to the children. And one day I was speaking to one of the girls there, and she told me that they were constantly asking Our Lady to show them hell. And on this particular day, she showed them hell. She said it was impossible to describe. And she said that among their greatest sufferings were that they'd never see probably some of their relations, our beloved Jesus, Our Lady. That was one of their great sufferings also. She also said that on that day, there was a beautiful, handsome young girl descending into hell. Beautiful, almost beyond comparison. And the moment she entered hell, she became shriveled and ugly and terrible to look at. And they had to ask Our Lady to take the scene from her. Now, above Medjugorje one day, I know it's a celebrity, but there was an Irish woman who got a massive heart attack. And I had one of Padre Pio's gloves with her. And when she was brought into the nearest city to a hospital, her heart was perfect. That happened in Medjugorje. And I know of several young boys and some girls, and there they met their future wives. And I firmly believe that were all the masses that are celebrated there, and that were all the prayers that are said there, that it is authentic in my belief, or true. I do believe that. Now, I will say in conclusion that I asked, was Garabandal true or false, about Our Lady appearing to the children there? And he said yes, it was true. I'll tell you one thing about Fatima, okay? It was 1940. In 1947, the statue of Our Lady of Fatima, not the main one now, was brought to Italy for it to be become devoted to the Immaculate Heart of Mary and Fatima. By helicopter, it was brought to San Giovanni Rotondo. On the day that it entered Italy, his heart wound closed, and the blood that should be flowing from his heart, from his divided heart, was entering his lungs and everything, and it had to be drawn off medically. He was incurable. He was in his bed. He couldn't celebrate Mass. He couldn't get up. He was incurable. His sufferings were atrocious. So on the 5th of August, or the 4th it probably was better, but on the 5th of August, the statue was in the helicopter in the plaza or square in front of the church. Padre Pio was brought down, and he put a golden rosary bead on the hand of Our Lady. The following day, the helicopter rose into the air. He was brought up to the window, and he turned to Our Lady and said, "Oh, Mother, you have come and seen me here like this, and now you are going away." And for some unknown reason, well, we do know, the pilot of the helicopter encircled the monastery once more. Padre Pio's heart wound burst open. He was able to celebrate Mass every day from that on. Now, when Pope John Paul, the attempt on Padre Pio's on Pope John's assassination attempt, the bullet that was removed from his body is in the crown of Our Lady of Fatima and Fatima. In my opinion, it's partially released to him. The principal part of... Now, I know this for a fact, that when Pope John XXIII got the third secret of Fatima, he became ashen-faced when he read it. And Sister Lucy said that the third secret of Fatima should be released completely. So I think that for some reason that the third secret of Fatima is going to put a lot of shock into many of the populations as well. I heard, and many apparently heard, that the Pope will have to leave the Vatican and seek asylum somewhere else or something when it comes. But I don't know anything about that.